What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How is everybody doing out there in fish tank land? I have so much to share with you guys today. I've got 2 tanks to share with you here in my office. I have an unboxing. Amber has stuff that she wants to share with us outside in the backyard. We have cichlid fry to share with you, and I got some stuff going on in the basement as well. So I don't just have the 1 tank in my office anymore. Yes, I have a second one. Let's take a look at this tank first. I did add a lot of different grasses in here. I have the balustrinaria in the back. There's the dwarf sage here in the middle. And then I also have this other grass that Amber hooked me up with. It was a tissue culture. I'm not sure what kind of grass. I'm trying to find out what it is. And then I also have this crazy little kind of microscopic, this little dwarf hair grass that's in the front here. So it's 4 different species of grasses. I've been giving it a little bit of fertilizer and some extra long light just for a little bit. I don't want to go crazy with algae, but I want to get these plants going. Now, most of you probably know, but grasses kind of take a little bit of time. They're gonna have to settle for a little bit. You'll think they'll melt completely back. You'll think that everything is gone, that it's dead, and then you'll see new growth, kind of like back there, that plant back there at the bottom. You see new green growth out from the bottom, and it's just a matter of time. It's patience. You just kind of have to wait. Grasses are like that. But once this tank gets comfortable and all these different species of grasses get comfortable, this is going to be just a sea of green with these rocks sticking out of it. That's the hope anyways. We'll see how that goes. So the other tank in here I haven't shared with anybody yet. Got my halo, my aquatic life halo light up on top, and that's like a $3.99 I believe that light goes for. That's the deluxe. And but this is a 20 long, and it's really just a plant nursery tank more than anything. I have all my bucephalangras up here in the front. I have a mixture of stem plants, the Alternathera, there's the Ludwigia arcuata, I have the Rotella, so Rotella mycandra, and then there's like the star grass there as well, and then some more of that grass in the back. I don't know what it is. And then the little Anubias nana-petite in the rocks there, and I put all my other Anubias on this side. So you can see that it's really dark out on the edges, so I'm keeping the low light plants out on the outer edges of this, and this is pretty high light in the middle, and that's why I have my buces right there, and just trying to nurse all these stem plants up to health so I can cut them in half and replant them and kind of multiply them a little bit. And eventually, I'll be able to use some of those plants for tissue cultures. So the other thing I want to share with you guys is back here behind my desk, I set up another aquarium, and I'm not completely done setting it up. If I can turn the light on, let's see if I can get the light on. I went ahead and added a Phoenix 24/7 light on top of an aquarium on its side, and I'm gonna put all of my tissue culture little specimens, things that I'm working on, little experiments. I'm gonna put them into here for now. I'm probably not going to use that heating pad the way it is, but I'll just figure that out. I'm going to experiment with this a little bit and work with some other people like Jason from Redfish Bluefish, and just try to figure out what I need to do to kind of control, make a little microclimate, a little growth chamber for tissue culture cloning. So that's going to be fun. Let me go ahead and turn the light off on that. So besides that, here in the office, I want to do a really quick unboxing. It's an unbagging really. I have these jade plants. Amber has jade plants around the house, and I've been trying to get some of them to callus so that I can put them on dirt and try to see if I can get them to root and get those going. But let's go ahead and check out this unboxing, this unbagging. It is from Aquachar, which is really awesome. Brian Covey and other people I know over there at Aquachar have been hooking me up with a little bit of their charcoal product. I had to go ahead and tear into that with 2 hands. This powder is really nice. I'm gonna see if I can use it in gardening, but I was also gonna try it in filters, making some kind of my own filters for aquariums or bare bottom tanks. I might be able to use this charcoal in tissue culture cloning as well, just to black out the gel for plants that need that when it comes to rooting. We'll see how that goes. But that's more of an experimental product that I'm playing around with from them. It is more of a powdered charcoal. Besides that, let's see, we have this, like, it looks like it's like not really that coarse. It's kind of like the medium size stuff. Let's see what else is in the bag here. Yeah, this stuff is the thicker stuff, the bigger chunks, which I really like, and filters, and making like biological media bags. I look forward to using that stuff that way. Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate that. This treats 200 gallons here. That's really really cool of you to put that in like a hang on the back filter just to kind of hot rod it out. What else do we have in here? We have another bag. This stuff is the really coarse stuff as well. It's actually a little bit, this is actually a little bit bigger. It also treats 200 gallons with a little bit bigger chunks than this stuff, it feels like. They're about the same. Check these guys out on, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. They have their own website. Really cool stuff. It's really interesting stuff. They got a lot of information about their product online as well. Okay, so let's go and see Amber. Let's find Amber here in the house. I'll keep you guys posted on these tanks here in the office. I look forward to seeing these boosters get going and get all these grasses growing as well. Let's go ahead and go downstairs and see what Amber's doing out in the garden. We're gonna go ahead and go outside and find Amber. I want her to share with us everything that's going on in this bottom rack. There's so many cichlid fry all along this bottom rack. So let's go see what she's doing outside in the backyard. Okay, I completely lied. I want to take you guys downstairs real quick and show you what I've got going on in the laboratory real quick. We added a sticker up here on the top, restricted area, authorized personnel only. It's kind of more of a joke than anything. As we make it downstairs, I added something else here. This is new. I put this strip up here because I hit my head more than once here on this, and then I took a noodle for like a swimming pool and I cut a little slit out of it, and I took some hot glue and I added it to it. I glued it up there, so it's up there pretty good, but I'd rather hit that than hit the ceiling there. So all of the nets are replenished here in the laboratory. The lab space is pretty much finished. The flow hood is, at this point, I'm pretty happy with the flow hood. Let me go ahead and turn it on real quick so you guys can see just what it sounds like and how it works. So that's it fully running. It's not very loud at all. If I'd be quiet for a minute, you could hear it. But it's pretty quiet. You might hear something down there if I get close to it that way. But this makes for a pretty sterile airspace for working with tissue culture cloning, and that's going to be interesting here in the future. I did a little test here with some agar and sucrose, and this was done on the 17th. It's the 23rd, I think, today, I believe, and it's totally clean so far. And I took it and I stuck it right up against the filters that are up there on the top, and I stuck it right up there and waited for a while and then sat it there, and eventually I put the lid on top, and it's doing pretty good. So I think this airspace is pretty clean, but the lab space is pretty all set up and ready. Been looking at stuff from the aquarium so far on the microscope there. I have the laptop that I can set up here. I can go ahead and watch. Other people that are here, like Amber, can sit here and watch from the laptop through the digital camera that's up here at the top of the microscope, and you know, can see what's going on when we're looking at like fecal samples and stuff like that from the fish, or slime coat samples and things like that. The other cool thing is we finished off the live food space underneath the stairs, which is a really cool idea. It was really Amber's idea. She already had the idea in her head, and as soon as I saw the space, that was like where my head was at too. I was about to say it, and she already had an awesome plan to do this. It looks really, really cool. I painted everything as white as I could get it. I still need another coat. Looks like on that wood there, I missed a spot, didn't I? But right now we have the micro worms, we have Walter worms, banana worms going. Eventually this whole space here will be for live baby brine shrimp. Just gonna be right here in the front. Things might get wet a little bit. I just wanna be able to clean it up a little bit. We have all of the flightless fruit fly cultures. I just have a little bit of light in here now. That's a new thing as well. I installed this outlet a couple days ago, and it's a GFI protected outlet. So that works out really well. A little bit of light in here. We're gonna have tanks, probably aquariums here on the bottom shelf. There's a lot more room to add more live foods like Daphnia, scuds, and things like that in here. So that's a fun project, and it's gonna be great food for all of the fish. There's one more thing down here that I want to share with you guys. I want to give you a little sneak peek of the utility space, the utility room, which is actually going to be our shipping department, and it's going to be where we keep all of our live bears and the shrimp racks. We have a washer and dryer. This washer is going to make its way up against the wall there. Again, this is actually going to get moved around into another space. This whole space here is going to be for shipping. We've already got some coats, you know, Amber's put some coats of paint on the wall. I've been patching all of the nail holes and stuff in the walls everywhere because there was a lot of little nail holes from all the stuff that used to be here. So this is going to be live bears right here, or shrimp. I believe this is going to be the shrimp rack. And then live bears are just going to go over the washer and dryer and down the side, kind of like an L-shaped racking system. And then shipping right there. And then behind me is a bathroom, which is perfect because we have this little shower, so we can do water changes and deal with stuff and clean buckets and sterilize stuff and do fish dishes in there. And then there's actually a full bathroom in here, so we're gonna paint all this. I'm gonna paint all this up here and everything at the bottom, and you'll be able to, you know, wash your hands, do stuff here. We'll be able to store towels and stuff there. And I'm a plumber, so I'm gonna get this toilet running again because it's always nice to have an extra toilet in the house as far as I'm concerned. And as a plumber, if there's a toilet in the house, it should be running. Heat packs, boxes of heat packs and cold packs. So once I get Amber's stainless steel table that I'm using in the lab back into this space, everything else is here and ready to go, so that we're ready to ship fish whenever, honestly. Okay, I'm not lying to you guys now. Let's go ahead and find Amber and see what's going on with the cichlid fry and everything in the backyard. Oh, there's my coffee. I knew that was somewhere. Oh, my aquarium box. Okay, yes, there is actually one more thing I want to share with you before we find Amber. We have Pedro the lucky lizard. He's actually having a little bit of a hard time right now. Kind of been scary lately. He looks like he's dead, but he's not. He's just having a hard time shedding. It's his first shedding, and you can see the dead skin on his back. He looks like he's dying, but he's not. He's just kind of actually relaxing because he's having a hard time getting it off, so he's a little fatigued, but he's completely fine, and he's actually eating. He's been like that for 3 days. He comes and he goes, he'll go and eat, and then sometimes he sits up there in the light and works on his shed. But it's like his first shed, so it's kind of a little spooky. We'll see if he gets through it. Not all lizards get through that first shedding. It can be difficult for them. Okay, enough rambling about Pedro. Let's go outside and see what's going on with Amber.
Hi, the hose is all tangled.
Hi, what are you doing? Yeah, the hose is all tangled.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I can help you with that. I almost tripped over it.
I didn't want to deal with having to weed a bunch of lettuce beds, so I'm just gonna do them in the pallet slats. So I'm burying them right now.
So you're gonna put lettuce in the pallets, and you're gonna seed the lettuce right into those pallets in between the wood.
Yeah, like right in here.
All your flowers are doing good. I see these flowers. What kind of flower is this?
Nestrum. They're actually edible.
Okay, so you put the mastrum. You put them in front of like all of the gardens.
Yeah, and where they didn't come in, I dropped in some other flower seeds. But there's tomatoes coming in.
Awesome. There's tomatoes
peppers
everywhere. Yeah.
If you've been down and looked.
Yeah, the peppers are down low at the bottom, but there's peppers everywhere. Yeah, the peppers are doing good. I look forward to eating some of those. Actually, I've had some of those already. You've been cooking with them already, haven't you?
Summer squash is good.
You got summer squash.
Cucumbers are good.
Cucumbers are good.
Eggplants, pumpkins.
I love the leaves on those eggplants. It looks so cool. There's like almost a metallic, kind of a metallic side to parts of those leaves.
Beans, and not a weed in sight.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Beans for months.
And there's what I pulled today. I think zucchini boats, because some of those are a little big.
Very cool. That's very cool. That's lots of food. So what's going on with all of the guppies and the platies and the bettas? Is that what we have over here pretty much? And then there's the Oscars at the end still, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So the platies.
I keep forgetting what is in what because I'm not trying to bother them and dig in there. But those are the platies in number 1. I'm calling this number 1. Got the platies in there. They're so skittish. Well, everybody's kind of skittish out here because they're getting to be kind of wild. They don't see a lot of humans, so they...
But you can see the colors.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful.
Come on, little guys. Actually, I'll use this. And do you want me to pull out a couple of the bettas so they can see them?
Yeah, let's look at some of the bettas because you showed that one red one. But there's how many different bettas are out here in these tubs?
Oh, I hear a chipmunk on the fence. But so you guys can actually see him. Here's the red one. Him and all the other ones, colors are really coming out, being in the natural light. Let me pull a couple others and show you guys. I think it's something about the UVB just makes their colors come in all the nicer. This one is, I believe, my black orchid. Somewhere in here. Oh, no, that's my gold. Here's the gold male. Don't mind the duckweed, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It is. But it's good. It's a good filter. He actually has
pretty.
Yeah, he has some pineapple gene.
Handsome. Let's just say he's handsome just to be. Right.
Yes, and these are all breeders. Whoop, as I dump water down my arm.
So what is this? This
Black
is another
orchid
Betta?
crown tail. These are all breeders that I'm just conditioning out here. Let me try and get the light. There it is. See the silver? Easy. Easy. Here's this one. And if you guys remember, this is the one that had a mostly white body like a few weeks ago. The natural light is just making him color in that much faster, but genetically, this is what he would do because he's a marble. Easy.
What do we have here? These are the
Guppies.
These are the guppies, and it's going green water. You look at that green water.
There's a nice female.
That is a beautiful female. That's a lot of color for a female. That's for sure. I look forward to seeing them when they completely grow up. And then the last tub here, you still have the two Oscars in here just for a little bit longer, right?
Yep, the two domestic Oscars in there. I'm trying to pull up more. None in here.
None in there. Let's go inside. Show me all of the cichlid fry we have on the bottom rack.
Okay.
So I was telling everybody there's a lot of awesome stuff going on in the bottom shelf of this rack. There's pretty much cichlid fry in every tank here, almost, right?
Except for the middle one.
Except for the middle one. So this is the McMaster right here on the end, number one on this shelf, yeah?
Yes, and there's fry actually all over the tank, but right now they're mostly towards the back.
They're hiding in the back.
They also...
She's a proud mama and she's ready for food, pretty much, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this tank here, there's actually fry in here. They're probably up at the top, aren't they?
The Borrelia, they're right around their mom.
The Borrelia. Oh, they're all along the left-hand side there again. And the mama's right there. She hangs tight. She's kind of keeping them kind of tight, no?
Mm-hmm. Both Borrelia moms are. The other one's up here.
Oh, that's right. We have Borrelia right above.
These guys are actually starting to get a little out of control, though.
I've noticed that. They're spreading out a little bit, but they were staying near the top. I've noticed that with the Borrelia. They like to keep their fry up in the duckweed up near the top of the tank for a good bit. Okay, so there's no fry here in this middle tank, but this fourth tank here has what we thought was going to be two spuns, right? Tell us about this. This is kind of something interesting.
I mean, I wasn't too sure what was going on, but 2 mornings ago, I woke up and this female, which if I can get her to come over, her fryer on the back, come here. This female is actually kind of interesting because 2 mornings ago I got up and she had laid an entire clutch of what looked like fertilized eggs on the glass, even though I took the male out 2 days after they laid the eggs that hatched into those fry that you see.
Right, so she already had a group of fry that she was already working with. You took the male out, and then she went ahead and laid a whole nother spawn. And for a couple of days there, it was kind of clear, right? It looked like they might have been fertilized, but they weren't fertilized in the end. Now they've all fungused up.
Yes, that is what ended up happening. It was kind of interesting though because she hadn't had a male in there for 3 weeks, so.
It's pretty crazy. Okay, well, Amber lays on the floor and talks to her Bashirs. She's the Bashir whisperer. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way out into the garage, and I'm gonna work on the final coat of paint on a blue Tetra tank for the rack here in the living room. I wanna thank all of you for all of your support. Thank you to all of my members out there. Thank you to all of my Patreons. Thank you to all of you that just like, comment, and even share my content. That means so much to me. Remember guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.